Good evening, everyone. We're here at Jeff Davis High School. This is Jim Sewell along here in the studios at Jeff Davis High School. Mr. Richard Riles running the board here today, and of course Ronnie Williams doing a great job, as always, doing our production work back at the WHJD studios. We're here, we're getting set for Game 6 of the 2020 football season. Jeff Davis will be traveling to Vidalia, be our second region game of the year. Jeff Davis at 5-0 on the year, 1-0 in region play, coming off that big 41-14 win over Bacon County last Friday night in our first home game here in the Pinelands. And so it'll be a trip to Vidalia where we've not had a lot of luck over the past few years. So we'll be looking to go over there, try to get a win to stay perfect on the season. But a big game last week against Bacon County as it opened up our region schedule. And always a tough game against arch rival Bacon County. 41-14 was the final score. We're going to let you look at those of you that are here on our live stream on Facebook Live, 105.9 The Sting. We're going to let you watch in some highlights from last week. Those of you listening on the radio, you should be able to hear the audio portion of those highlights. So let's go to the highlights for Jeff Davis versus Bacon County. Reset. We're going to bring both teams back in tight behind Cade. Again, gets straight ahead to Kyon. He's pushing the power boy. He breaks out. He's got the 40. He's got the 30. He's got the 20 and drags down from behind down around the 15-yard line. Give it to Robinson straight ahead. He dives in. Touchdown. Yellow Jacket. Landon Robertson on the second touch. Austin Wood in the backfield alongside Robertson. Gonna give it to him to inside handoff. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. He's got one man to beat, trying to run him down. Oh! Screen tackle drops him at the 20-yard line. What a give it to Austin Wood. And Austin's going to walk into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Yellow Jacket. And it's in man in motion across the formation. We're trying to run the jet sweep far side. We're going to hit him in the backfield, but he gets out of it. We finally wrap him up and drop him. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Wing set, Allen goes in motion, gives it to the cross, but back to Austin Wood. He's got the 40. He's dragging a man down to the 30. Austin Wood's going to split out that quick. Going to stand it inside to Robertson. He's got the Austin and Landon in the backfield. A highest green grab on the trap play. A highest into the end zone touchdown. Yellow Jacket. Receivers to the near side. Michael look that way. He's going to go one-on-one. They'll throw it in. Intercepted. C.J. Park, I believe, kicked it off down there in the end zone. Beside Landon Robertson. Going to give it back on the cross, but a high dives for the end zone touchdown. A high Allen dives across the line. The receivers come to the near side. Just going to give it to Austin Wood. He's got a little cut here. He's just on the man at 35, 40, 45, cross midfield, and into Bacon County. Double wing step. A high goes in motion, give it to Allen. He cuts inside a runner. He stiffs on the man, stiffs on another. Got a flag come in. He's got the first down the far sidelines out of bounds, but I'm afraid may get a holding call here. Near side, we're going to stack formation on the far side. Going to give it handoff to Willie Skipper. Willie Skipper's got the 50, cuts it at the 40. Flipped over at the 37-yard line. A long yard. Double tight formation. Hey, back. We'll throw it into Mike Johnson, completed the 5. Good catch. Cade. Now they set it in the backfield beside Robertson. And give it to Austin. There he goes. He's got the first down. He's going to break it. Touchdown, Austin Wood. Rob here. Let's see the pooch kick. He does kick the pooch kick. It's coming up. Let's got it. And the Jackets get it. Myron Conaway, I believe, comes down and gets it. Complete effort, but he really hasn't got it tonight, so. The guys played well. Good cut. There's Clemens. Keeps his feet, dives forward across the 40. Well, you have some highlights from our victory over Bacon County. If those of you who are listening on WHJD 105.9 FM when I didn't hear the audio, we do apologize. We'll work on that technical issue. Hopefully we'll get that squared away for next time out. Let's go ahead and look at some of the stats from Bacon County. Offensively, the Jackets rolled to over 500 yards in total offense, 496 yards on the ground, 23 yards passing. Leading rushers for the contest, Ahias Allen led the way. He had 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Austin Wood, 98 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Landon Robertson chipped in with 78 yards. He also had 2 touchdowns. Kyle Dotson, 2 carries for 51 yards in the game. Passing, Cade Walters was a very efficient 3 out of 5 for a total of 23 yards. Tyson Alls had 2 of the catches for 15 yards. C.J. Parker making the other catch for an 8-yard gain. On the defense, the Jackets only allowed the Raiders 58 yards rushing, held that high-powered passing attack to just 167 yards, passing for a total of 225 yards. Leading the way with tackles, Carter Mullis and Austin Wood, Willie Skipper, all with 4 each. Cade Walters and Landon Robertson got 3 tackles each. C.J. Parker picked up his 3rd interception of the season, and the Jackets cruised to a 41-14 win over the Bacon County Red Raiders, and our first home game of the season, and puts us 1-0 now in Region 2AA, 5-0 overall. Heading into Friday night, we'll take on the Vidalia Indians. They're 2-2 overall. Vidalia lost their first 2 games, but they've won their last 2, so they're on a roll, and we'll be heading over to the reservation, taking them on their home field, which is always a tough place to play. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, get some words from our sponsors. We'll be back with our player interviews after 2 minutes on the Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket Football Network.
Abundant Life Pharmacy in Baxley cares about your health and your family. Visit them for all your prescriptions and over-counter drug needs. While there, choose from their large selection of scrubs, gift items, and they even have a health food store that offers gluten-free food. You can use their convenient drive-up window or go inside. Abundant Life Pharmacy, located at 117 North Main Street in Baxley, across from McDonald's in Baxley, or call 912-367-8404. Go Jackets!
Your financial matters are your business, and your business owns. Keep it that way. At the Bank of Sewell, we have a tradition of confidentiality. Bank of Sewell, member FDIC.
Do you think you may need to call Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic of Coffee County? ENTCC provides a full range of ear, nose, and throat services for patients of all ages, including treatment of sinus disorders with endoscopy surgery, the treatment of sleep apnea and snoring, and allergy testing and treatment. If you'd like more information on any of their services, please ask any member of their team. 912-384-2200. 2 convenient locations, one in Tipton and one in Douglas. Let the providers at Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic of Coffee County help you feel better.
Hi, I'm Jason Wilcox, Director of Behavioral Health at Jeff Davis Hospital. When it comes to mental health issues, you want personal care and devoted attention for your loved one. Jeff Davis Hospital has a new state-of-the-art behavioral health unit with all private rooms. Dementia, depression, bipolar disorders, anxiety disorders, and schizophrenia are a few of the conditions we treat in our behavioral health unit at Jeff Davis Hospital. Now you have a center of excellence close to home. Allow our excellent staff to assist your loved ones on the road to recovery.
Hey, and then at this time we go back to the high school with Jim Sewell.
Thank you, Ronnie. We are here at Jeff Davis High School, Jacket Nation warm-up shows. We're getting set for a big Friday night of high school football coming up tomorrow night. The Yellow Jackets go on the road to take on the Vidalia Indians in a Region 2AA matchup. Jeff Davis looking to stay perfect on the year at 6-0, go to 2-0 in the region. Vidalia at 2-2 overall. This will be their first region game. Joining me here is Landon Robertson. Landon plays both fullback and linebacker, a sophomore here on the Yellow Jacket team. Landon, thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Let me turn your mic on. My bad. All right. big win last night against Bacon County, always a big rivalry game. Our offensive line really seemed to dominate and open a lot of holes for you and Austin and the Highest, didn't they?
Yes, sir, they did.
Tell me a little bit about you got the responsibility. You're getting those tough yards inside. You really depend on those guards and center to kind of open a gap for you, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. We were really impressed not only with our starting offensive line, and they earned a line of distinction from Georgia High School Football Daily, but when guys Connor Work, Dalton Seller, some of the other guys rotated in, they didn't miss a beat, did they?
No, sir, they didn't. They did really, really well.
All right, and so we've got an offense with the two wing backs who are explosive as the Highest and Austin are at the wing back position, getting those big runs. If they cheat to the outside, that kind of opens things up for you inside, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, they do.
All right, you're not a very big guy. How do you manage to work those tough yards inside?
Keep my head down and keep moving my feet.
One thing that I was really impressed with watching you work Friday night was how quick you hit the hole.
Yes, sir.
Is that something you've worked on to be able to explode into a little seam there and get 5 or 6 yards?
Yes, sir. Coach Oliver works on bursting out the hole and running 10 yards and all the little things like that, and really help.
It takes a lot of work in this wing T offense to get the timing down. You've kind of gotten more carries as the season's gone on. How easy was it for you to Cade Walters, the quarterback, to get that timing down?
It pretty much worked out just like it would.
All right. Other side of the ball, you're playing one of the linebacker positions, play outside linebacker. Again, you're not a really big guy, but you don't back off from the contact, do you?
No, sir, I don't. That's what I've always done.
A lot of responsibility in playing that outside linebacker position. Sometimes you may have to. We've seen a lot of passing teams, so you may have some coverage responsibilities. Other times you've got to cover the run. Kind of take us through what you're reading as the offensive line's up.
I'm just looking for the ball as it getting handoff or pulling it and passing it. Just looking for stuff like that.
I tell you, we've really been watching you and Carter Mullis, another young guy working those linebacker positions. You two guys have really brought a lot of explosive, a lot of energy to that defense.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about defensive coordinator Coach Cravey coming in and kind of changing a little bit on our defensive scheme. How has it been working under Coach Cravey this year?
It's been really, really fun. It's worked out amazing, and I just couldn't have it any other way.
All right. We know he spent a lot of time at Vidalia. Is he giving y'all some secrets to look for?
No, sir, not really.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard since they've got a new head coach and a whole different offensive scheme, don't they?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's been a run here that we've had a grind with 4 games on the road. Got that first home game last week. Huge crowd. How did it feel to you guys to be on your home field for the first time?
It felt amazing. It felt really, really good.
That crowd was something else, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Bacon brought a big crowd too now.
Yes, sir, they did.
But we took them out of the game really early, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
I tell you that to take that, stop them on that first drive, go down and score. They pinned us deep. We were sitting down at our 2-yard line.
Yes, sir.
What was your mindset? What was the offense's mindset when you're pinned back on the 2-yard line?
Keep driving the ball, mash people, and just do what we do.
And put together a 98-yard drive for a touchdown. Next time out, I think it was like 83 yards or something like that. I think we started around our 17. So 2 long drives. Those long yardage, time-consuming drives, that really crushes the spirit of the other team, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, it really does.
Especially when you got a team like Bacon who's wide out, going no huddle. They want to run at a high speed, and when they can't get their hands on the ball, it's tough, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us about preparation this week. How's practice been? What have y'all been working on to get ready for Vidalia?
It's just the RPO reads and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've just been working on that and how they formation line up and how we're going to line up to that and It's been a pretty good week.
Bryce Davis, their quarterback, is a dynamic player last year.
Yes,
He just ran up and down the field on us. You guys at linebacker, you're going to have your hands full. So they run that read option a lot, run the RPOs. How you guys, what keys are you looking for to be able to try to contain this guy Davis?
Just play out what we're supposed to be playing and do our jobs.
Okay. Need a big crowd tomorrow night, don't we?
Yes, sir.
And Vidalia is always a tough place to play. It's going to be a big region matchup. I know you guys are really excited to be undefeated so far in the season. Biggest challenge of the season coming up, though, Friday night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Landon, thank you for coming by and joining us. Sit right here for just a minute, and we're going to take a break here on the Jacket Nation Warm-Up Show. 2-minute timeout on the network.
A dream vacation, need a new car, rainy day fun, baby on the way. What are you saving for? Simply grow your savings worry-free at Altamaha Bank and Trust. With our Savings Made Simple tool, your debit card purchases are rounded to the nearest dollar and transferred daily from your checking account to your savings account. It's really that simple. You save when you spend. Savings Made Simple is just one of the free services we offer to our customers. Give us a call or come by any of our locations and we'll get you enrolled. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attorney Bruce Edwards is a leader in workers' compensation law. For a decade, his workers' compensation settlements have been 8 times the average workers' compensation settlement in Georgia. That's 8 times the average injured workers usually receive. If you live in South Georgia and you've been seriously injured on the job, call 912-384-5700 for a free consultation. That's 912-384-5700, or do your own research at bruceedwardslaw.com.
H&H Home Supply, Cromartie Street in Hazelhurst invites you to stop in soon. Take advantage of great deals all over the store. They have Bayou Classic fish fryers and the all-new Blackstone griddles to keep you cooking outdoors. Also, you have to see one of the largest selections of case knives in southeast Georgia. H&H carries lumber and building materials, as well as Valspar paints and Cabot stains. They appreciate your business. H&H Home Supply, Cromartie Street in Hazelhurst.
Ready to dig into your to-do list? Here at Lassiter Tractor Company, we have big tractors with even bigger value. Right now, we are offering up to $2,700 off all John Deere 3E Series tractors. With user-friendly controls and plenty of strength and versatility, you'll be ready for any job on your land. Go to www.lassitereq.com or come visit us at any of our 7 locations throughout South Georgia. You don't want to miss out. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends October 30th, 2020.
And at this time, we go back to the high school with Jim Sewell with the Jacket Nation Warm-Up Show.
We're back here live at Jeff Davis High School, Jacket Nation Warm-Up Show here on a Thursday night, getting ready for a big Friday night of high school football. The Yellow Jackets will be traveling to Vidalia to take on the Indians over there in Buck Cravey Stadium. It's been a long time since the Jackets have managed to pick up a win over the Indians. Last time the Jackets defeated Vidalia was in 1999. Of course, we didn't play every year since then back then, but they've won, I think, the last 12 or so in a row. They lead the series 29-13. So it's time for the Jackets to break a string here. Joining me now is offensive lineman, defensive tackle, Charles Gaulle. Charles, thank you for coming and talking with us again.
Thank you for having me.
You're going to have to talk a little bit louder. I know you're a soft-spoken guy, but we're going to let you speak up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Almost 500 yards rushing last week, and you guys on the offensive line got recognized, Georgia High School Football Daily Newsletter, as one of the lines of distinction in the state. Tell us how it feels to get that kind of recognition.
It feels great to get that type of recognition because all the hard work we put in, we want some benefits. It just feels amazing.
That's a testament to the hard work you guys put in. Again, 496 yards rushing, almost a little over 10 yards a carry. That was the average carry in the game. And you guys up front there, you and Chaston Gooch, Curtis Morgan, Connor McClune, Nate Lewis, Andrew Aycock, also the tight ends, Matthew Glass, James Wood, and then Connor Work got in there, Dalton Sellers, some of the other guys. It didn't matter which one of y'all was in there, we were just gashing holes through the Bacon County defense.
Yes, sir.
Tell us now, they had some pretty good-sized guys up on their defensive line. How were you guys able to control the line against a pretty good-sized Bacon County defense?
Just being more physical. We just wanted them more than them. They weren't as physical as us. We just kept pushing, kept driving.
That's something that I know that Coach Helton and the other coaches, Greg Nail and these guys that work with the offensive line, they preach that physical style football on the line, don't they?
Yes, sir. Every day.
Go ahead.
He pushes every day to be as physical as we can be, because it makes us better on Friday nights.
If you're not physical, you won't be around in there very long, will you?
No, sir.
All right. Those guys that are back there behind you, Cade at quarterback, Austin and the highest wing backs. You got Landon at the fullback. James Wood coming there sometimes at fullback. You guys don't have to give them much of a hole to run through, do you?
We got some really good backs. Give them a little hole there, make it a 15-yard game. There's some great backs.
I tell you, and we saw a couple of. I don't want to leave out Kyan Dotson. Kyan had a couple of big runs early in that game to kind of set the tone. This offense, this wing T offense, is designed to make long time consuming drives, and the second possession that you guys had last Friday night, we pinned back at our 2-yard line after Bacon County had scored and cut it to a 1-point game. When you guys walked out on the field and you're sitting at the 2, what's going through your mind right then?
Well, at first we're trying to gain yards, so if we went to score, we could have kicked it and probably got it back at a good yard line for defense, so we kept him in. That's what we were thinking at first, but after that, after we got yards, it was like, let's score.
When the Highs broke that big one, then it was let's go ahead and put it in the end zone, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and put it in there.
I think you guys scored 6 or 8 straight possessions in that game, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yes, it was something like that.
All right. A really dominating performance. Bacon comes in with a high-flying, wide-open, spread all over the field offense, and when they can't get their hands on the ball, I'm sure that really frustrates them, doesn't it?
It frustrates them. It was on the field mad.
All right. Now, the other side of the coin, you also play on the defensive line, playing defensive tackle. Tell us a little bit about how hard it is with these teams that want to spread you all over the field and try to run you sideline to sideline. How's that wear down on the defense?
It can be tiring. It can be tiring, but you just gotta do your job, and they won't get as many yards.
That's what all those drills in July and August do for you, is to be able to hold up to run that sideline to sideline, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Good conditioning.
You may not like it when you're doing it, but it pays off, doesn't it?
At the end, it does pays off.
All right. So you're one of the seniors on this team. You're over halfway through your senior season. Tell me, what does this mean as you're looking now at the last half of your senior year? I know it means that each one of these games gets to mean a little bit more and more, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Each one is just more and more. Well, I'm loving it either way though. But sometimes it just gets tougher. You got to keep fighting.
Got to keep fighting, and that's what you guys did last Friday night. Now we're going to Vidalia. They have kind of owned us for several years now. We've not had any luck against them last year. They came in here, and we really didn't know much about the quarterback, Bryce Davis, and he had a huge night to kind of make a name for himself here. Going to be heading over there this week and got to face this guy again. He's very elusive, very explosive. Defensively, what have we worked on this week to try to contain this guy?
Just watching him. Just watching for the RPO. Just watching to see if he pull it. All week, coach been telling us don't leave until you see the ball. Either the running back running with the ball or Bryce Davis running with the ball. Just stay stationary and keep your feet moving.
And that's pretty much their offense. Pretty much goes through Bryce Davis and the running back Jaden Stanley. They spread it out and run full wides a lot, but they really don't throw it a whole lot. It's really still a running game with Davis and Stanley, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That read option puts a lot of emphasis on you guys on the line, especially of playing your assignments, doesn't it?
That's how it does. There's a lot of stuff you got to watch between the plays.
Okay. 5-0 on the season, 1-0 in the region. Going to be a tough matchup to try to get to 6-0. What's been the mood at practice this week?
It's been a great mood. It's just been a lot of energy. It's just been flying to the ball, just being physical. It's been a great week of practice this week.
Okay, and then and I talking to the coach, y'all had a great week of practice leading up to Bacon County too. So maybe that's a good sign, isn't it?
That's a great sign.
Great sign. Okay, we've had a huge crowd last Friday here at home. We've had some really good crowds on the road. Not quite as long a road trip this time. What do we need for the fans to do tomorrow night to try to get us to 2-0 in the region?
We need the crowds packed. We need the fans yelling. We just need a great atmosphere to play in tomorrow night.
Take the Pinelands to Buck Cravey Stadium, don't we?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Charles, it's been good talking to you today. We're going to be ready for a big win tomorrow night. One more time, tell the fans what they need to do tomorrow night.
Y'all need to come to Buck Cravey Field and show out for us. We need a lot of yelling, a lot of cheering. We need the student section to be turned, all that. We need a great crowd tomorrow night.
All right, you heard it from Big Charles here. He told us to come tomorrow night and show out. So let's take that to heart. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout here, get some words from our sponsors here on the Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket Football Network.
Baby and Me Boutique offers beautiful high-end fashions for baby and me. Making baby beautiful is their specialty, with gorgeous gift selections from Mud Pie, Three Sisters, Banana Split, Millie J, Properly Tired, Angel's Ear, and so many others. Baby and Me is the perfect place for your baby registry. Visit the shopping destination Baby and Me Boutique, located at 1045 West Harper Street in Baxley, and follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Douglas Metal and Steel is now offering painted metal for just $1.69 per foot. You heard it right, painted metal $1.69 per foot. But there's more. Galvalume is only $1.29 per foot. Douglas Metal and Steel is your metal and steel specialist. It's in their name. And they're offering Galvalume for $1.29 per foot and painted metal for $1.69 per foot right now. Stop by Douglas Metal and Steel for your free quote. 2141 Broxton Road in Douglas, or call them at 912-393-1816. Douglas Metal and Steel, your metal and steel specialists.
Hazelhurst Auto Parts is your one-stop for all of your truck and tractor parts. They also specialize in hydraulic hoses, adapter fitting, air conditioner hoses, and all other auto repair parts. Come by and see the local and friendly staff at Hazelhurst Auto Parts, located at 10 Southeast Railroad Street in Hazelhurst, your local Napa store. Hazelhurst Auto Parts, let's go Jackets.
Hazelhurst Auto Parts would like to spotlight seniors number 67, Andrew Acock, and number 18, James Wood.
Lumber City Drugs are proud to support Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket football. They also take pride in offering impeccable customer service. Their very knowledgeable staff values themselves on getting your prescription filled accurately and as quickly as possible. Lumber City Drugs offers free delivery to all of Jeff Davis County and the surrounding areas. They are also offering flu shots. Go ahead and get yours early. Also, check out their great gift selections, jewelry, and t-shirts. From Lumber City Drugs, good luck on the winning season. Go Jacket.
The time is 6:58, and you're listening to WHJD 105.9 in Hazelhurst, Georgia. At this time, we go back to more of the Jacket Nation warm-up show with Jim Sewell.
We are here on a Thursday night, getting ready for a big Friday night of high school football. Jeff Davis traveling to Vidalia to take on the Vidalia Indians in a Region 2 AA matchup. Jeff Davis 5-0 overall, 1-0 in region play. Vidalia 2-2 overall in the year. This will be their first region game. Vidalia lost their first two games out of the gate, and then they have put together now a 2-game winning streak. They fell to ECI 14-8 and Bleckley County 21-14, so two close losses to start the season. Then they had their first win over Richmond Academy, big game there, 33-21, and then last week defeated Tatnall County 40-14 in a non-region game. So they found their stride offensively under new head coach Jason Cameron, who's in his first year at Vidalia, has his fourth year overall. He was at Jenkins High School in Savannah prior to coming into Vidalia, so he's getting ready to come in and get his first taste of Region 2AA action here. Join me now is James Wood. James, slide up just a little bit, please. There we go. James Wood joins us now. James, multifaceted player now. You've played fullback. You're playing some tight end. Also playing defensive end on defense. It's really great when you've got a player that has those different skill sets that can be plugged in places where you need it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we practice hard, and we practice a lot of reps, and you do one thing a lot of times you start to get adjust to things, and I think that's really good to have that being played in positions. Being
to have that versatility to be able to plug in where the team needs you. I noticed we played a lot of 2 tight end sets last week against Bacon County. We kind of just powered the football at them. Tell us a little bit about how we were able to be so successful to run up almost 500 yards of rushing that night.
I mean, it all starts Monday. I mean, Monday working hard, running into each other, and then following it up with Tuesday with a better day than what you had Monday. And then Friday should be the easy day. Work hard all 4 days throughout the week, and then Friday should be the gift.
It's a high-powered, wide-open offense that Bacon brought in here. You also play on the defensive line at defensive end. How was our defense able to shut down a team that came in here averaging well over 30 points a game?
I think we communicate really well. I think we all play together, and I think we play fast, and I think we play hard, and I think that leads to success.
It's been a good year so far. We're 5-0, 1-0 in region play. You're one of the seniors on this team. Over halfway through the senior season, tell me what kind of feelings you have as you're looking ahead and seeing the games tick off the calendar.
Win the rest of them.
win the rest of them. Win them all.
Make the most out of everyone.
Get these 9 in and then go to the next season, right?
Yes, sir. Got
playoffs on our mind here, as we always do. Coming up this week, Vidalia, we travel to over there to Buck Cravey Stadium to take on the Indians. A tough team, a tough place to play, a team that's kind of had our number for several years. What's been the mindset at practice this week trying to get ready for a team like Vidalia?
I think it's the same. I think we just work hard and focus on ourselves. I think it's not as much about them. I think if we do what we're supposed to do when we play the game we can play it, and the rest will settle.
It's been a while. I think we go back to 1999, the last time. Tell you how long ago. That was the first year I was working in radio with Jeff Davis. It was 1999, the last time we beat Vidalia. But we hadn't played them every year. But they have owned us pretty much the last few years. They again, a dynamic offense. Quarterback Bryce Davis may be the best athlete we've seen of you, and we've seen some good ones.
We have, and I think they have very good athletes, and I think we also have very good athletes in this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready.
They spread it out. They put people all over the field, but really they evolved into basically a read option run first offense with Davis and Jaden Stanley, the fullback. Tell us a little bit about the reads that you guys are going to have to make on defense to try to shut down this read option offense.
I think everybody's just got to play their job, do their job, and not try to do too much. And I think that itself would do everything.
Last week against Bacon County, first home game, had a huge crowd. How did it feel to be on your home field?
Something we ain't felt all year. It felt pretty good. I think we needed that, and I think we gotta pick up a big road win tomorrow.
Jeff Davis averaging over 30 points a game. That's one of the top teams in Class AA. Our defense also doing outstanding work. This team is really kind of coming into its own now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I think we're starting to find our groove, and Coach Helton preaches it's not about how good you play early, it's how good you play late. And I think if we can continue to improve week by week, I think we'll be all right.
All right, it's a big challenge, though, against a team that's always kind of not one of our biggest rivals, but still it is a big rivalry game with Vidalia because we see them almost every year, isn't it?
Oh, every region game is a rivalry, and that's just how we look at it, and I think that's how they look at it. I mean, we just play hard.
It's going to be a big time over there. Always, they have tremendous fans that follow them. We've got a good, strong showing with our fans have traveled on the road well with us through the first 4 road games. We need them to turn out again Friday night, don't we?
Oh, most definitely. I'm ready to see how much we can get there to the game, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere to play in.
I know it's one of those games that you know it's you know each other. You've known a lot of those guys probably growing up over the years and seeing them and playing against them in other sports. What does that bring to this one of these border war rivalries like this?
I mean, it just goes for the guys that been playing against since rec ball. And I think, for the seniors, who gets the last win?
Gets the last win, right? All right. Well, it's going to be a big one tomorrow night at Buck Cravey Field over in Vidalia. We need to get a big crowd over there, don't we, James?
Yes, sir. We do. Y'all come out, support.
All right. You heard it from James. Going to be a loud and proud tomorrow night over at Buck Cravey Field. We've got to take the Pinelands on the road again, don't we?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, James, thank you for coming and talking with us tonight, and we're going to be looking forward to a big Friday night from you tomorrow night against the Vidalia Indians. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, get some words from our sponsors. We'll be back with Coach Lance Helton after 2 minutes on the Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket Football Network.
McCarty Auto Parts strive for 100% customer satisfaction. If they do not have the automobile part that you need in stock, they have the sources to find the parts you need. They have a wide range of foreign and domestic inventory. Give their sales team a call today for the parts you need. 912-375-2675 or online at McCartyAuto.com. And be sure to follow them on Facebook.
Southern Eye Care has been your trusted eye care specialist in Hazelhurst since 1995. You can count on their expertise in treating all types of vision problems to help you see your best. From glasses to contact lenses, from surgical vision correction to treatment of eye disease and injury, their team is here to help take care of your eyes. Call to schedule your appointment today, 912-375-2516, and online at SouthernEyeCarePC.com. Go Jackets! If you are a Class A CDL holder with 2 years of experience, come on out and apply with Williams Brothers Trucking. WBT cares about the safety of their employees and would love to have you as a part of our family. WBT offers great benefits like competitive pay, 401k, health care, and hauls that will get you home every day. We look forward to working better together with you. Williams Brothers Trucking in Hazelhurst.
Abundant Life Pharmacy in Baxley cares about your health and your family. Visit them for all your prescriptions and over-counter drug needs. While there, choose from their large selection of scrubs, gift items, and they even have a health food store that offers gluten-free food. You can use their convenient drive-up window or go inside. Abundant Life Pharmacy, located at 117 North Main Street in Baxley, across from McDonald's in Baxley, or call 912-367-8404. Go Jackets!
And now for more of the Jacket Nation Warm-Up Show, here's the voice of the Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets, Jim Sewell.
Back here at Jeff Davis High School, we're on the Jacket Nation Warm-Up Show, getting ready for a big Friday night of high school football. The Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets trying to stay undefeated on the season, but a tough task ahead as we have to travel to Buck Cravey Field. Buck Cravey, one of the legends in Georgia high school football, and when you get a field with your name on it, you know you've had a great career. We're going to be heading to Buck Cravey Field to take on the Indians as the Jackets are trying to get to 2-0 in the region, 6-0 overall. Vidalia at 2-2. They lost their first 2 games and 2 close ones out of the chute, but they've been on a roll their last 2 games, and they're coming in loaded and ready for a big matchup in their first region game of the season. Join me now is Coach Lance Helton. Coach, a big win last week against Bacon County. a dominant win, really, against a team that was coming in playing really good football.
You know, I was proud of the way the guys played, Jim. I think that when you go to rivalry games and you start talking about records and points scored or points given up, you know, you can kind of take those things, throw those out the window. I was really proud of the way our guys played. I think that it was just sometimes you play this game and things jump on you, and I think that Friday night wasn't necessarily an indication of how good or bad Bacon County is. I think it was just our night, and really proud of the way our guys responded, and really proud of the way they handled themselves against a region opponent and a rival.
We stop them on their first possession, get the ball, drive it down and score. Kickoff, they drive the field, they score on us, miss extra point. It's a 1-point ball game, and on the next kickoff, we get pinned at our 2-yard line. What was going through your head at that time?
You know, it was, oh no, here we go. Got to get a first down so we can flip this field. Try to with a punt, and you know, our kids kind of found their niche and wrestled through that thing, and you know, we were able to go score on that 98-yard touchdown drive.
And I believe that really set the tone for the rest of the game, didn't it?
It did. It was big for us, and defensively, you know, they're carrying us like they always have, and you know, it was just one of those nights. I think for Bacon, it was one of those things. You go look at their wins. Every win that they've had, they've scored on their first offensive possession, and that 3 and out right there to start the game, to get us the ball, get us the touchdown. You know, I think had them out of rhythm a little bit. They went with the hitch seam, and we had a corner bite, but they were able to get those points in. But, you know, go back there. We got a freshman, Carter Mullis, gets his hand on that extra point and blocks the kick.
Yeah.
So ultimately, even after their good things, right, something negative happened, and they just couldn't get in an offensive rhythm. And, you know, I think that the atmosphere helped. I think that our defense played really well. And, you know, proud the Jackets came out on top.
After that 98-yard drive was an 83-yard drive, and you got a team like Bacon that was used to flying up down the field, putting up a bunch of points. You keep the ball out of their hands, it's got to be frustrating to them.
Well, you know, that's kind of what we try to pride ourselves on offensively. You know, we want to limit our opponent's possessions, limit their touches. And when we're able to get first downs and we're able to get those chains moving and we can be in an offensive rhythm, you know, that really helps things and keeps our defense off the field. You go to the most impressive stat of the game to me was our defense was on the field for 3 snaps in the third quarter. 3 snaps. So, you know, once again, I think that did halt their rhythm, and proud of our kids for handling themselves in a way that we could get that win at home.
Defensively against Bacon, one thing I noticed in looking over some film that I saw on Bacon County was their quarterback, Michael. He threw a really good deep ball, but I thought our defense did a real good job of kind of making him uncomfortable, making him move off of his spot and not letting him sit back there and throw the big balls and try to pick us apart.
Sure. You know, we are a team that lives and dies by what we do, and we don't ask defensively a lot of times for our back end to make one-on-one wins, you know. And I thought we kept the blanket over the top of the defense, and we were able to keep the deep ball away from them for the most part. And ultimately, when you have to break your rhythm as an offensive team and as an offensive play caller, you know, you sometimes get beside yourself. And I thought our defense did a great job Friday night of never allowing them to be comfortable doing what they wanted to do.
They were trying to get back in the game. We were up 21-6, counting down in the first half. They're down in the red zone, and CJ picks it off in the end zone to turn them away. How big was that, taking that momentum back into the locker room?
Oh man, I thought it was really big. You know, they had a chance to get something going there, and you know, when it comes down close to that goal line, all you can ask for is somebody to win a one-on-one battle. And once they win that one-on-one matchup, you know, you got to rally behind them. And C.J. Parker did that, and gave us the chance to go into halftime with some momentum, knowing that we were going to get the ball back after half. And you know, I can't be more proud of our defensive front, our defensive, you know, secondary, and that unit as a whole.
That's I think 9 picks on the season and in 5 games. That's pretty heady numbers there for a defensive backfield.
Proud of those guys. You know, they are the few and the proud here at Jeff Davis. The defensive skill players. But, man, they have flown around and really bought into what Coach Poole and Coach Cravey are selling. And, they have done their part to allow us to be in a chance to win these games late.
Second half, we were able to, again, in that third period, like you talked about, just dominate the period, build up a big cushion, and rotate a lot of players. And one thing I remember Coach Chris Davis, who works with me in the broadcast, making the comment that when we were rotating in Connor Work and Dalton Sellers and some of the other guys in there on the offensive line, we didn't miss a beat.
We were really proud of that. We try to have pride in our unit. We go in and we say we got to find 3 tackles, 3 guards, and 2 centers that can play. And we can rotate guys in and out, and they can stay fresh. And we can try to put our best 11 on the field on offense, defense, and in the kicking game. It makes us a better football team, and those guys allow us to do that. And kudos to them for being able to sit a series, stay in tune with the game, stay excited about what's going on, and when the bell is called for them, they can go up and they can produce.
You talk about the kicking game. We stole another possession in the kicking game. Hadn't utilized the pooch kick or the onside kick much this year when you got audio that booms into the end zone on such a regular basis, but we definitely caught them off guard on that pooch kick.
Well, we had a strong crosswind that started up in the second half, and our ball was dying in the last 20 yards in the air, and it was just kind of fluttering. And we had given up the opportunity at some big kick returns, and we just kind of we lacked our kickoff teams converging like they need to. So we just kind of felt like putting a 50-50 ball in the air was good for us, and to show something else on tape. Audio executed it great. Mayan Conaway hustled down the field, and great things happen when you hustle.
Yep. It bounced right back in his pocket, and we had another possession there for a quick score. All right, we're going to flip the page now to Vidalia. It's been a long time since we were victorious over the Indians back in 1999. A lot of that's been talked about. It's a series that Vidalia has owned the last 12 years. And it's not just been they've won 12 straight. They've really dominated. You look at some of the scores going back, and there's only been 1 or 2 games that were close. 2017, the closest in recent history, where they won 24-21. But Cravey Field, tough place to play as always. Big challenge for this team to take all that, and you got the kind of that long winning streak hanging on your back. How does a team accept a challenge like that?
First thing you got to do, Jim, is you got to focus on the task. You can't focus on your opponent. You can't focus on you as an individual. You got to focus on the task. You got to be task oriented. Each of us within our program have a task to do tomorrow night, and we try to focus on that throughout the week. And when you think about these rivalries, man, they're exciting. But that can't be the motivating factor. The motivating factor has to be playing for each other. The motivating factor has to be execution. The motivating factor has to be us. And we're trying to keep us at the forefront of our mind. And like we said, man, you got to be task oriented. You got to focus on your responsibility. You got to have a quick. What word am I looking for here? You got to have a quick replay in your memory. You can't think about it too long. You got to move on to the next. And we're excited for the opportunity. Jason Cameron is a friend. He does a great job. And anytime you got to roll into Buck Cravey to go play a Vidalia Indian team, you better have your big boy pants on.
Yep, that's for sure. Bryce Davis, our quarterback, kind of exploded onto the scene last year here in the Pinelands against Jeff Davis. We've seen a lot of good quarterbacks here so far this year. This kid's got to be the most dynamic player maybe that we'll face all season.
Bryce Davis is the best offensive football player we've seen and will see. Okay, that team goes as he goes, and he is a great trigger man to have. He can beat you with his legs, with his arm, with his smarts. He's a tremendous player, and he plays the game the right way. You know, he's a kid that you enjoy watching play when you don't have to scout him.
There you go.
You know, so 9 games a year, 9 weeks a year, we really enjoy watching Bryce play. He's a great kid, got a great family. And he's the type of kid that you want to have at the quarterback position. But, you know, they've got the best singular offensive player we've seen all year and we'll see. They also have the best singular defensive player that we will see. And they've also got that Vidalia Indian pride that those guys are full with.
Yep.
You know, they're just filled from top to bottom with it, and they love being Vidalia Indians. And, you know, it's a great measuring stick for this program. It's a great opponent. And you know, you're talking about a team that is in the top 19 schools in the state of Georgia all-time wins. There's a rich tradition and history there. And, you know, anytime you step on Buck Kirby Field, like we say, you better be ready to play and you better get ready to get hit in the mouth because that's what the Indians do well.
They do. And Coach Cameron over there has taken the job coming from Jenkins High School. I believe it's Jenkins in Savannah.
That's right.
Had some success there and won 2 region championships in 3 years there. And now he's at Vidalia. And like you said, a tradition-rich program, one that it seems like the Vidalia is one of those teams, they never have to rebuild. They just reload from year to year.
Well, you know, you go look at their early season stuff like any of us do. You know, we are all feeling the effects of not having fall camp.
Right.
And when Jason came in there, you know, right when the pandemic hit is when he was, you know, appointed the new head coach there. So they didn't get a lot of time together. And then this summer, you know how the schedules were there. Then you go look at their schedule. You open up at ECI. Everybody knows the rich football history and tradition that ECI has in the rivalry.
Dog a bone.
The rivalry that is. And they played a great game, and you could tell that they were new to it. You watch them go play Bleckley the next week, and we were there. I watched them, and Bleckley's a top 6 team in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
And they played them tough.
The top players in the state?
Yeah, played them tough to the very end. Should have won that ball game. Then you go the next week, they go beat a Richmond Academy team that is 5-1, beat Thompson for only the 2nd time in school history. And in their last 2 games, they've scored, 73 points. They've got the thing going. Jason's going to do as good of a job, if not a better job, than he did at Jenkins there. And it's a mighty opponent to try to get your team ready to go play tomorrow night.
They spread it out all over the field offensively, but basically with Davis and running back Stanley, Darrell Brown also, it's still a downhill running team.
Absolutely. They're going to impose their will. They got those linemen up there that Vidalia always has. And by the end of the year, all that gold's chipped off that helmet, and they take pride in it. And they are mashing you to the ground there. You know, defensively, they swarm. They're athletic and physical. And they do a really good job in the kicking games, stealing possessions, stealing points. Anybody that can go and play them and give them a game, you got a tall task, but it's a mighty tall task to go try to come out with a victory when you play these guys.
Tremendous crowd Friday night here at home for our first home game. Give Bacon County kudos. They brought a big, loud crowd as well, but boy, the home crowd was electric.
It was one of the more meaningful moments of my career, just walking out there on Friday night and hearing all those fans, seeing everybody there, and just all was right in the world. It's what our kids deserve. It's what high school football deserves. And it was great to see that nothing could deter the Yellow Jacket faithful for cheering on their boys last Friday night.
Talked to a couple of seniors tonight, and Charles and James. They're on the downhill side of their season. I mean, we're over halfway through. They're seeing those numbers tick off. Like you said, you don't even have a full hand left.
No.
The number of games that they've got left to play, and it's important to those guys, and we're gonna need a big crowd Friday night to try to stand with these Indians.
Oh my goodness, there's no doubt about it. This is the most meaningful time in these young men's lives, and if you're connected to these kids at all, or if you're connected to this county or this program at all, guys, we'd love to have you tomorrow night at Buck Cravey Stadium cheering these Jackets on. You know, we feel that these kids deserve the opportunity to play in front of packed houses. They're the toughest of the tough and the last of the hard. And, you know, guys, if whatever you can do to be there to support these Yellow Jackets tomorrow night, man, we would love to have you, and we would be greatly appreciative of your support. I've
been remiss in mentioning the Lady Jacket softball team playing in the second round of the playoffs up in Oglethorpe County. I believe they won game one.
That's right.
And last I saw, they were just starting game two, and I think they scored early in that one. But we're really excited for our Lady Jacket softball team, hoping they're going to be advancing on to the third round.
Shoot, man, cheering on Coach Wilcox, both Coach Wilcoxes, you know, Coach Glass and Coach Brown, Coach Parler, all those folks and those girls, man. They play so hard. You know, it's a mini dynasty what they've done. And shoot, I selfishly, I hope they sweep them tonight where they can be in Vidalia tomorrow night cheering on the Jackets.
We need them there.
Absolutely.
Need everybody there. Well, Coach, it's been a big week here. Heading into another big week. When you get into this part of the season, it's just big week after big week.
There ain't no doubt. You know, this region, top to bottom, is as fun as anything I've ever been a part of. Boy, you better bring your hard hat to work every day. You better bring, you know, your Imodium AD on Friday nights because it's gut-wrenching, you know. But we're going to find ways to give ourselves a chance to win this thing late. And, man, I'm really excited to be a part of this region again, and I think it's not going to disappoint.
All right, you heard it from Coach. Got a big game tomorrow night in Vidalia, Buck Cravey Field. Need a big crowd there, and Jackets trying to stay perfect on the year. Go to 6-0 and 2-0 in the region as we try to make a drive to try to bring a region championship back here to Jeff Davis. It's been a while.
Well, you know what? We're going to take this thing 1 week at a time.
You got to do that. We could talk. Coach, thank you. Give a last shout out to the fans.
Hey man, if we could have you here tomorrow night, it would be the greatest thing our kids could ask for. You know, we try our best to represent Jeff Davis County well, win, lose, or draw. And one thing we know, when we turn around and we see all you people there, we know that this county's behind us and we're one. Looking forward to seeing you guys in Navy and Gold tomorrow night in Vidalia. Go get you something good to eat. Don't eat too much. You got to stay in the stands the whole game because this thing's going to be 48 minutes of fun, okay? Looking forward to seeing everybody. When you're wearing Navy, you're as good as gold. Go Jackets.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you, Jim.
Yes, sir. Let's take a 2-minute timeout here on the Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket Football Network.
Your financial matters are your business and your business only. We keep it that way. At the Bank of Hazelhurst, we have a tradition of confidentiality. Bank of Hazelhurst, member FDIC.
Did you think you may need to call Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic of Coffee County? ENTCC provides a full range of ear, nose, and throat services for patients of all ages, including treatment of sinus disorders with endoscopy surgery, the treatment of sleep apnea and snoring, and allergy testing and treatment. If you'd like more information on any of their services, please ask any member of their team. 912-384-2200. 2 convenient locations, one in Tipton and one in Douglas. Let the providers at Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic of Coffee County help you feel better.
Hi, I'm Jason Wilcox, Director of Behavioral Health at Jeff Davis Hospital. When it comes to mental health issues, you want personal care and devoted attention for your loved one. Jeff Davis Hospital has a new state-of-the-art behavioral health unit with all private rooms. Dementia, depression, bipolar disorders, anxiety disorders, and schizophrenia are a few of the conditions we treat in our behavioral health unit at Jeff Davis Hospital. Now you have a center of excellence close to home. Allow our excellent staff to assist your loved ones on the road to recovery.
Attorney Bruce Edwards is a leader in workers' compensation law. For a decade, his workers' compensation settlements have been 8 times the average workers' compensation settlement in Georgia. That's 8 times the average injured workers usually receive. If you live in South Georgia and you've been seriously injured on the job, call 912-384-5700 for a free consultation. That's 912-384-5700, or do your own research at bruceedwardslaw.com.
And now we go back to Jim Sewell for more of the Jacket Nation warm-up show.
Thank you, Ronnie. We are winding things up here on the Jacket Nation warm-up show here on a Thursday night as we get set to make a trip to Vidalia tomorrow night to Buck Cravey Field to take on the Vidalia Indians. Jeff Davis 5-0 in the season, 1-0 in Region 2 AA. Vidalia coming in 2-2 on the year, but on a 2-game winning streak. And this will be their first Region 2 AA matchup. So we need a big crowd over there tomorrow night at Buck Cravey Field to cheer the Jackets on. Make your plans to come over and support the Jackets. If you can't make it, then we'll have all the action for you here on WHJD 105.9 FM. Also can get the audio on the TuneIn Radio app and also streaming live on Facebook on 105.9 The Sting. So make your plans if you can't. Now, a bit of a note for tomorrow night as far as the live streaming goes. Due to broadcast rights restrictions, we will not be able to provide live game video tomorrow night from Buck Cravey Field for Vidalia. We will give you audio feed on the Facebook Live page on our live stream, but it'll be audio only tomorrow night, so you'll be able to, we will record the game and we'll be able to post the video after the game is over. But be sure if you can't make it, you find a way to tune in and help cheer the Jackets on from your home or living room, or for all our fans that are out in California and Texas and Virginia that have been tuning in on our live stream. We're not going to abandon you tomorrow night. You'll be able to get the live game audio play-by-play tomorrow night with Coach Chris Davis, myself, and our sideline reporter Paul Woods. That's going to do it here tonight on the Jacket Nation warm-up show. For Ronnie Williams back in the WHJD studios, for Mr. Richard Riles here in the Jeff Davis High School studios, this is Jim Sewell. Good night, everybody.